As a big fan of Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism in general, um, I've learned to control my emotions by just doing what is in my control, by asking myself questions like, why do I feel this way about this certain situation? Why do I look at this certain situation in this way? Why do I feel this way about this person? Why, why do I feel a certain type of way about these things? Is the question I ask myself to control my emotions. Um, and it's really helped me in day to day life because it's just like I never knew. Like it might sound silly, but I never knew how to control my brain. I never knew how to control my emotions. I'm not saying I was always this crash out kid and just bad in school and just no, I was never. I knew how to control myself, but it's just like I never thought of it in a way of, oh my god, I can literally just not get mad in this situation. If I can just find a way to think my way out of this situation, you know? And we tend to worry about things or tend to feel a certain type of way about things just for um them to go away faster than we think about them, and it's just like it kind of falls back into the way of nature. Things come and go in nature. The rain comes and goes, seasons come and go, birds come and go, you know everything comes and goes in nature. It might not be the best saying, but my dad always told me that women come and go. So, you know, maybe my dad was a stoic. But anyways, but things come and go. So we usually worry about things that break us just by worrying about them, then that break us in reality. And if we can find a way to just think about these things in the way that these Stoics thought, maybe we can feel a certain type of way about these things and can help. I've just learned that it's not that hard to avoid temptations. It's not that hard to avoid going through with your emotions. There's ways to think your way yourself out of it. There's ways to avoid it, and as long as I can keep putting stoicism into power, I think I can, become sky's the limit. I guess that's all I can say. But you know, anything can happen. We worry. We tend to worry a lot, but as long as these things don't happen, you know, we can only do what's in our control. We can literally only do what's in our control as humans. We don't have control over anything. You can be the king, like Marcus Aurelius was. You can be the emperor. There's still things you can't control. There's still the road's still gonna go on. We die. Nature still goes on. It's the way of nature. Things go on. Act in the way of nature and just keep going on and do what's in your control. And I promise you'll win in that.